YouTube, what's good, family? It's EJ Cuts back with another banger, man. Before we get into the video, though, I did want to come on here and say thank y'all because currently we are at 662 subscribers. That's more than what I've imagined at this point. Thank y'all for showing me love. Thank y'all for subbing and continue to leave positive feedback in the comments, man. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Let's get into the video.
Call when I need that fresh cut. Who I'm gon' call when I need that fresh. EJ Cuts, 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 yeah, EJ Cuts, 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 for real.
Today my boy Ty came to tap in with me. This is my first time cutting him, so what I'm really trying to do is just take my time throughout the cut and make sure I learn his hair as long as I go. Right here you see I'm going through with the comb, really just trying to lift all them hairs off the scalp so that I can really get a nice length when I go through with that guard and make sure that I get the length of the guard. So I went on ahead and I grabbed my wall seniors. And if y'all watch my last two videos, y'all do know that I have been using the Andes Masters Golds. And I can say truly, I like these seniors a lot, man. I like the way the guards cut on the head. And I really like the way these blend with the guards as well. Right here, I'm just going over, trying to stay consistent with the wave pattern of his head. He does have 360s under the wolf. He hasn't had a cut, he said, in about 2-3 weeks. So we really just... And I really hope everybody day going well, man. I'm not gonna lie, I had a pretty rough night last night as this video was supposed to be up on the 14th, but some things happened, the video got deleted. No worries, we redoing it, man. I love y'all and I really want y'all to see this fire cut, man. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get some mousse, man, and I'm gonna go through his head and try to get the mousse equally around his head, so that we can go ahead and lay these hairs down and really bring all them hairs intact so that these 360s can really be popping at the end of this video, man. Going through, just spreading down with my hand before I go get my blow dryer. And again, man, this video was supposed to be up last night. I apologize to all of y'all, but things like that happen in life sometimes, man. You have little setbacks. You gotta stay positive through everything though, man, regardless of what it is. Work, on your job, with your kids, whatever it is, man, stay positive, bro, because being negative and putting that negative energy out into this world, you never gonna be happy, man. That's the key to happiness, is positivity. As you can see right here, I'm just going through with my blow dryer and my brush, really trying to brush them waves back in there, man. Like I said earlier, I want to ensure that I go ahead and I brush down with the pattern of his waves. Some of his waves are going in different directions, but I gotta make sure whatever those waves are going, I gotta brush towards that direction. And today, man, what I want y'all to leave in the comments is a goal that y'all have for yourself. Whether it's 5 years from now, next week, even if it's in 2 days, tell me a goal that you got for yourself personally. It don't have to have nothing to do with hair cutting. It can be basketball, soccer, writing, a job interview you got, whatever it is, man, leave it in the comments, bro. I want to be able to interact with y'all and get to know y'all personally a little bit. And again, man, I'm really just taking my time as I'm brushing through his waves and really trying to get my guy back in the game. And here we go, man. Let's get into this cut. I'm going through, I'm brushing down them hairs in the back of his back taper. And I'm going through with my Babyliss FX Silvers, and I'm setting that ball line, man. I'm getting that little bottom line up out of here too. Going through, making sure that I get a real nice equal line, symmetrical line. And by the way, I am looking in the mirror the whole time I'm doing this cut. If you're a newer barber, even if you've been in the game for a while, you know that mirror never gonna lie to you, man. Whenever you look into that mirror, it's gonna tell you the truth. And that's why I love that mirror so much. And after I do every step when I cut, I look into the mirror and make sure that my lines are symmetrical and that they really nicely blended. Right here, I'm going through with my lever open, and I'm again trying to get an equal line. With haircuts, it definitely takes time, man. You got to be patient. And again, that's with whatever in life. being patient in life is really gonna make you successful, man. Rather that's that job promotion that you've been wanting, be patient, man. It's gonna happen. If you stay consistent and you know you're a hard worker, it's going to happen. That's fate. And here we go, we closing that lever all the way. We going through, we just flicking at that bottom line, trying to get a nice transition between that ball and that open lever. Ensuring that I brush down after I go through and I flick out too. That's very important to me, is brushing down, making sure I get every piece of hair that I can. Again, no haircut is gonna be perfect. That's with anything in life. You can always find an imperfection in the haircut. But what you can do is get it the best to your ability. Here I'm going with my lever closed, my one guard on, and I'm doing the exact same thing I just did with that lever open. Going up about 1 inch, trying to get a nice blend, trying to get a nice transition between that open lever and that one closed. Trying to stay consistent and getting this nice symmetrical line so that I could have a nice blend in this back, man. And I just want to take a minute and give a shout out to my client Ty. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate you letting me get some content on you, man. Also, big shout out to my boy TJ Pops with the beat, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna have his Instagram and I'm gonna have Ty's Instagram down in the description, man. Y'all make sure y'all go follow them and y'all tap in with my guy on the beats as well, man. Fire beats. Here I'm going through with my 0.5 guard, really trying to just flick that line out between that one and that lever open. And again, it's no rush with this, man. I'm really just taking my time, trying to ensure that I get a nice, beautiful transition. I'm taking my 1.5 open right here and I'm just flicking up, man. I normally would go close first, but I did notice he had a little bit of bulk, so I just went through a couple times with it open. Here I'm closing it and I'm going through just like I just said. And I'm going up about 1 inch, just like I did with that one and that lever one open. And again, I'm brushing down after everything I do, man. And I'm making sure I'm looking in that mirror as well, because that mirror is never gonna lie to you. I did want to tack that 2 on. It wasn't too much hair that I was coming off, but I did just want to have a nice consistent flow in that back and have a nice blend back there, man. I really wanted to get every piece of hair that I possibly could. Here I'm putting my 1 on and I'm making sure it's all the way open just so I could flick that line between that 1 close and that 1.5 close. And as you can see, man, that transition really starting to happen. It's not gonna come easy, but you know, it's gonna take some time and it's gonna take some work. I'm going down, really trying to even out the level in the back so that I can finish my blend. And here I go, I'm just flicking and looking in that mirror, making sure I'm brushing it down every time. And yeah, man, y'all keep hitting that sub button, man. We are on the road to 1K right now. We need about 300 more subs. So y'all go ahead, keep hitting that sub button, put them notifications on. When we get to 3,000 subs, I will be giving away 5 free EJ cut tees, man. But yeah, man, y'all keep running them subs up, man. I will really appreciate y'all. Reminder, I do love y'all and I do appreciate all of the positive feedback. Again, put them goals y'all got in about 5 to 10 years, 2 weeks, next week. Put them in the comment, man. I really do want to hear y'all, and trust me, I do read everybody's comment. But as y'all can see, I'm really just going through detailing this back taper, really trying to make sure I get a nice clean transition. So here we go, man. We starting off, we going through, we brushing that taper down a little bit, really trying to make sure we get all them hairs laid. We going through, we tacking that 1.5 guard on. I really just like to debulk the area before I, go through and start this taper. There's nothing wrong with debulking. Some people do like to debulk as they go up with the taper. Again, everybody cuts different. I personally just like to debulk first. I'm going through with my silver FX's Babelesses, and I'm making a little rainbow-like ball guideline, making sure I don't cut too much because my boy did want to keep his beard and he wanted to keep it full. I'm going ahead and I'm opening my lever all the way. I'm not trying to use the middle of the blade too much, really trying to stay to using the corners of the blade just so that we can keep a consistent burst effect to this taper, man. That's really what the whole rainbow-like shape is for, so that we can have a nice burst effect. And here I'm stretching that skin out, making sure I get a nice line, man. Making sure I get nice guidelines and even guidelines. As y'all can see, I'm going ahead and I'm getting that little line out down there. Really using the corners of my blade again, man. I don't need to use too much of the inside of the blade because I don't want to mess up the transition. The transitions are key when it comes to cutting hair to me. And I'm making sure I'm looking in the mirror after I'm doing every step as well, man. Went ahead and I grabbed my one guard and I closed it all the way, ensuring that I keep the same shape that I made my bald guideline with, man. Really trying to make this taper burst, and as you can see, it's already starting to come together. Really trying to stay consistent and make sure that I'm getting at every hair that I can. I'm going ahead and I'm putting my 0.5 guard on. It's not too much of a line between that one and that lever open, but I did want to just go ahead and I wanted to hit that line just because I do want this transition to be as beautiful as possible. This is my boy first time with me. I wanted to make sure this cut was as fire as it can be. I'm going up with my 1.5 guard about another inch, and again ensuring that I'm brushing down them hairs after. Going down through the neck area, ensuring that I get all of these hairs to the same length, bro. Went on ahead and I closed it. And at this point, I'm really just detailing, trying to get them all the way in there. Going ahead and I'm stretching that skin, making sure that I'm getting as much as I possibly can, man. I want this blend to be fire, bro. We went on ahead and we did the exact same thing as we did to the other side, starting with this bald guideline. And again, we want to make it a little rainbow shape so that we can get a nice burst effect on this side. Going ahead, opening my lever all the way and using the corners of my blade, man. Really trying to make sure that I get a nice, beautiful transition to this. Again, taking my time, constantly going over the same spot, trying to make sure I get as many of those hairs as I possibly can, man. Not rushing this cut, ensuring that I take my time. Went on ahead, put that one diggity back on, close it all the way, and we going up just like we did on the other side. With the corner of our blades, not using the middle of that blade too much. At least not yet, man. It takes time and it does take a little bit of patience, but we gonna make sure that we get this transition as fire as we possibly can, and make sure that we get a burst effect too. Put the 0.5 smiggity back on, and we going through and we just getting that little line between that one open and that lever open. I apologize, that one closed and that lever open. Going ahead, getting that 1.5 guard, doing the exact same thing as I did to that other side. Really trying to make sure I don't know who needs to hear this, but go chase your dreams, man. Get off the couch, get off the game, go chase your dreams. Or even if your dream is to play the game or in the stream or whatever it is, go do it, man. It's nothing to it but to do it, bro. And yeah, of course it might start off a little slow, or it might not start off how you want to, but stay consistent, bro. Consistency brings success, man. And that's all this life thing is consistency and success, bro. I don't want nobody to be a part of the, oh, what if I did? No, bro, go do it today, bro. Go do it tomorrow. Make sure that you do it soon, because eventually, if you don't do it, you're gonna be hurt, man. You're gonna be confused and you're gonna wonder, well, what if I ever did it? Go do it, man. Chase your dreams. Don't be afraid. While you're young, go ahead and chase them. But as y'all can see, man, that taper really came together on that side as well, man. Right now, I'm going through that lineup and I'm combing all of those hairs through, ensuring that again, all of them hairs is lifted up, so when I go through with this guard, it's really bringing them all to the same exact length. I went ahead and I opened my guard all the way. This is a 1, and I'm going down and I'm making sure I'm getting all of those hairs to the same length, man, before I go through with this spritz and I line it up. Really ensuring I'm taking my time and I'm not rushing through this part, as I don't want to go too much into his actual waves. Going through finalizing this part as I'm brushing all of the hairs down. Right here, man, I'm going through his neckline and I'm really putting some spritz down, trying to ensure that I get all of these hairs to lay down and I get a crisp line, man. And I'm sorry in advance because I forgot to record the other side, man. I apologize to y'all. I promise y'all next video is gonna be flawless, man. We gonna have a banger next video, and I'm really excited for y'all to see the next video, man. But again, we just really trying to stay consistent using the corner of my blade. I don't want to go into his actual waves at all. I want to ensure that I get a nice crisp line by using the corner of my blades around the ear. And boom, man, this line really starting to come together. I'm getting the rest of them hairs around that ear. And hey, man, it's looking crisp. And right here, my favorite part, man, we went ahead and I went through with some spritz on that lineup. Really, like I said, ensuring that I lay all of those hairs down so that I can have a nice crisp lineup, man. I'm even putting it around the beard a little bit, trying to make sure that I get a crispy line on that beard as well. Went ahead, got my toothbrush comb, and I'm going through combing all of those hairs down, making sure that they lay so that when I put these wall detailers on them, it give a crisp line, man. And right now, I'm just starting from the middle and I'm going towards my left, taking my time. I'm not rushing. I do not want to push my client back. I want to make sure that this is as natural as possible. And as you can see, these detailers, man, they rip, bro. If you don't have a pair of these, like I said last video, go cop you a pair, man. These are so nice to have in your bag. Taking my time, tapping at that line, making sure I'm getting a lot of those hairs. Not trying to push those corners back at all, man. Making sure I'm going through, tapping and pulling outwards. I don't want to push that line up in at all. I want to tap and pull towards the middle of his forehead. And this is my favorite part, man, doing that C-hook. I love doing a C-hook on anybody, but I love a C-hook on a low taper, man. And as you can see right here, I'm using that corner of my blade mostly to try to create this C-hook. I don't want to use the middle of that blade too much, considering I could possibly push that taper line back. And look at that C-hook, man. It's really starting to come together. Going through, making sure I hold that head still so that I can ensure I get a nice crisp line and that is nowhere pushed back. That lineup really starting to come together, man. And again, I'm just going through a second time, making sure that this line is very crisp. And right here, as you can see again, I'm not pushing my client's corners back at all. I really want to keep it as natural as possible so that next time my boy come to me, he'll have a full natural lining, man. And we doing that same thing we did to that other side, man, creating that C-hook, using the corner of my blade, ensuring that I don't push his taper line back too far. Hey, keep your head straight, man. What you doing? But yeah, we really using that corner of that blade and we coming down with it, man. Look at that C-hook. It's really starting to come together, bro. Making sure I pull those hairs towards the middle of his forehead, not pushing his lineup back at all. I do want to apologize to y'all because I did knock this beard out in between me getting the enhancements ready and everything. I apologize. I will have a step-by-step video next time I do a beard, man. But here I'm staying about 3 inches away from his forehead, going through with my Tune 45 brown spray, and I'm really just going through trying to make sure that this is looking as natural as possible. As y'all can see, man, this lineup really starting to come together. The lineup really my favorite part of the cut, man. It's really like a reward. It don't feel like it's hard at all. It's like you're rewarding your client, man, for staying still the whole cut. But as you can see right here, we going through with my card I made myself. I do like using this card because it's really compact and I can use it on the fly. It's not too big. I can see exactly where I'm spraying the enhancements at. As you can see, I'm going through doing the same thing that I did to my right side to my left side. And as y'all can see in this mirror, that lineup looking real symmetrical, man. And that's what that mirror is for, bro. After you do anything as a barber, make sure you look in that mirror, man. And right here, we doing the same exact stuff to this side. Look at that, man. It's really starting to come together, and I'm loving it, bro. As y'all can see, the brown was a little bit too light for my boy, so we went ahead and we got some fibers, and we just sprinkled them on the top of that lineup, man. It really give it some pop, and it really like to give it some flavor, man. Going through just like I did with the spray. I'm holding it back about 3 to 5 inches away from his head. I don't want this fibers to get too bulky. As you can see here, I'm combing them fibers through, ensuring that I get it as natural looking as possible. Oh my, man, as y'all can see, man, that right side looking beautiful, bro. It's looking beautiful, and I'm doing the same thing I did to my left side that I did to my right. And again, it don't gotta be too many fibers, bro. You can just go through and just spray a little bit on the top. I like to do a little bit on the top sometimes to add a little bit more color and a little bit more realness to it, because when you just do the spray, sometimes that's exactly what it just looks like, it's spray. But with the fibers, it really looks like it's your own hair, and it make it look real nice and pop. Just going through right here, really cleaning that forehead up, making sure all them loose fibers get off of his lineup, man, and we making it as crisp as possible. I do go over his lineup about 5 to 6 times throughout this video, ensuring that I have the best lineup on my boy as possible. And sometimes that's what you have to do as a barber, bro. You have to go over the same things multiple times so that you can get it as close to perfection as possible. And last but certainly not least, man, we going ahead and we grabbing our light brown pencil and we doing a thin line around that lineup, really ensuring that we get this lineup as beautiful as possible and that this transition into this lineup is nice as hell, man. As you can see right here, I'm really taking my time going through with this pencil. I don't want these lines to be too bulky, but I want them to be as thin enough so that I could just go ahead and fade them out easily. And again, all barbers don't use the pencil. Personally, I do like to use the pencil though. I feel like it just brings a nice flavor to the cut, and it really makes that lineup pop a lot. It's basically how women use makeup. And when you fade it all in and you blend it in, it makes that cut look 100% fire, man. Went on ahead and I grabbed my Andes black cordless, and these boys, I really like the way the blade feel on the forehead. I like the way these blend out that line, so that's the ones I'm using. I personally do like to go through with the detailer sometimes, but for this cut, I did want to use my Andes black cordless. And as y'all can see, man, this cut really coming out fire, bro. It's all about that progress, bro. You can't rush the process. It takes time. This cut did take me almost about an hour, but this was my first time cutting my boy tie up, so I really wanted to ensure I gave him the best possible cut I could, but I also wanted to make myself feel comfortable, man. I didn't want to rush through ahead and possibly mess him up at all. So it's all about taking your time, and you cannot rush greatness. going ahead, grabbing that head, making sure that he don't move at all and I don't accidentally push that line up back at all. You can see my boy's starting to feel good a little bit, man. He got a little peek in the mirror, man. And you see it's coming together nicely. And we just going through with some gotta be glue and we making sure we lock these fibers in. And that's the key after you put the fibers on. Put some gotta be glue on it. Put whatever type of holding spray on it so that we can lock those fibers in so that they won't blow off in the wind when your client walk out. And lastly, man, we just going over this cut with my Andes Masters. And we really trying to ensure that we get a lot of those loose hairs on the top so that my boy 360s can be popping when he walk out this shop, man. Look at that cut, man. It's really coming together. And man, I thank y'all so much for sticking around for this cut, man. Again, this video would have been dropped yesterday. Some things happened. The video got deleted. So be it. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. I love y'all. Continue to sub for me, man. And as y'all can see, man, this cut came out fire, bro. Again, big shout out to my boy Ty for letting me get this content, man. As y'all can see, my boy 360's back in the game, man. And again, I appreciate y'all for sticking around. Go ahead and sub. I love y'all. God bless and peace.